1. Batman Let Joker Die. In Batman Damned, a haunting sequel to the graphic novel Joker, Batman finds himself tangled in the ultimate mystery. Joker is dead, but the Dark Knight can't remember what happened. After a brutal fight with the Clown Prince of Crime, Batman is left with fragmented memories and the chilling question: did he kill the Joker? Seeking answers, Batman turns to John Constantine, who guides him into the supernatural underbelly of the DC universe. As Batman investigates deeper, bizarre and eerie encounters push him closer to the truth. Throughout the journey, Batman grapples with visions of the Joker and other unsettling supernatural figures, unsure if they are real or manifestations of his guilt. Eventually, Batman confronts the Spectre, the embodiment of divine judgment, and realizes a horrifying truth. He's trapped in his own personal purgatory. In a twist reminiscent of The Sixth Sense, Batman comes to understand that he's been dead all along. He had been fatally stabbed by the Joker during their final confrontation, and in his dying moments, Batman threw Joker off a bridge, knowing Gotham would be too dangerous with the Joker, but no Batman to stop him. Accepting his fate, Batman surrenders to the Spectre's judgment. Just as Batman begins to fade from existence, the story closes with an eerie twist. Joker's body emerges from the river, hinting that either he survived or has been reborn, ready to torment Gotham once again. 2. The Batman Who Laughs origins. On Earth 22, the Joker makes one of the deadliest discoveries in the DC multiverse: Batman's true identity as Bruce Wayne. With this knowledge, Joker goes on an unprecedented killing spree, targeting all of Batman's greatest rogues and even murdering Commissioner Gordon. But his most horrifying act comes when he begins torturing the citizens of Gotham, forcing Batman to witness the slaughter of parents in front of their children, cruelly mirroring the trauma Bruce endured as a child. This relentless assault pushes Batman beyond his moral boundaries. Unable to take any more, Batman finally snaps and kills Joker by breaking his neck. However, in a twisted final move, Joker's death triggers the release of a highly concentrated version of his signature Joker toxin. The toxin infects Batman, corrupting his mind and warping him into a dark and malevolent version of himself. 3. Vampire Batman. In Batman Bloodstorm, the chilling sequel to the iconic Batman and Dracula, Red Rain, readers witness a Gotham patrolled by a vampiric version of the Dark Knight. After the fall of Dracula in the first story, the vampires left behind in Gotham find themselves under the control of a new and equally malevolent leader, the Joker. As the story unfolds, Batman struggles with his dwindling humanity, constantly fighting his vampiric urges. However, his inner conflict reaches a turning point in his final confrontation with the Joker. The Clown Prince of Crime, now leading the vampire horde, attempts to push Batman to the edge. Yet the vampiric Batman, now less restrained by the moral boundaries of his former self, is unaffected by Joker's twisted schemes. In a climactic moment, Batman succumbs to his bloodlust, drinking Joker's blood before driving a stake through his heart. His decision is driven by the grim realization that a vampire Joker would be an unimaginable threat to Gotham. This act, while necessary, symbolizes Batman's irreversible descent into darkness, leaving readers with the haunting image of a hero who, in defeating his greatest foe, loses himself. 4. Superman Get It Done. In Injustice, Gods Among Us, the Joker's plan to break Superman is one of the most devastating moments in DC's alternate Earth stories. Joker devises a twisted scheme that goes beyond his usual torment of Batman. This time, he sets his sights on Superman by attaching a nuclear bomb to Lois Lane's heart, ensuring that if her heart stops, the bomb will destroy Metropolis. To further drive Superman to the brink, Joker poisons him with fear toxin laced with kryptonite, making Superman believe he's fighting his ultimate nemesis, Doomsday. In his hallucinated state, Superman unwittingly kills Lois Lane, who was carrying their unborn child. The horror of realizing what he's done, and the destruction of Metropolis as a result, shatters Superman's moral code. Filled with uncontrollable rage and grief, Superman does the unthinkable. He kills Joker by driving his arm through the villain's chest, marking a turning point not just for Superman, but for the entire DC universe. 5. Electric Chair. In Detective Comics number 64, the Joker meets his first real death when he voluntarily surrenders for his crimes and is executed by electric chair. However, in true Joker fashion, this is far from the end for him. After seemingly treating the execution as a mere inconvenience, it's revealed that he had a contingency plan all along. His thugs are prepared to revive him using a special mystery formula, bringing him back from the brink of death. Once resurrected, the Joker immediately resumes his crime spree with a chilling sense of impunity. His twisted logic? Since he has already been punished for his previous crimes, he believes he can't be tried again for them. This storyline highlights the Joker's eerie resilience and his ability to always stay one step ahead, reinforcing his role as one of Batman's most dangerous and unpredictable foes. 6. The Nail. In JLA, The Nail, an alternate reality unfolds where Superman never becomes part of the Justice League. The catalyst for this grim scenario is a simple twist of fate. John and Martha Kent never discover baby Kal-El because they run over a nail, causing a flat tire that prevents them from reaching the crash site of his ship. This Superman-less world is much darker and more hopeless than the one fans know. During one especially harrowing moment, Joker escalates his villainy to an unimaginable level. Using alien technology, he captures Robin and Batgirl and brutally rips them apart in front of Batman, leaving the Dark Knight powerless to save them. The trauma shatters Batman's resolve. He succumbs to his darkest impulses and snaps Joker's neck on live television, crossing a line he swore never to cross. The murder of Joker leaves a lasting impact on Batman, pushing him to the brink of despair. However, Batman finds redemption through the support of Catwoman, who not only saves him in the moment, but helps him recover emotionally afterward. She takes on the mantle of Batwoman, offering him a new sense of purpose and partnership. Hope is further restored when the Justice League eventually discovers Kal-El, who was raised by Amish farmers. His emergence as Superman ushers in the possibility of a brighter future, giving the League the hero they always needed but never had in this bleak timeline. 7. Kingdom Come. Kingdom Come is a seminal DC comic story that explores the tension between traditional heroes and a newer, more violent generation of anti-heroes. The story's catalyst, much like Injustice, revolves around the death of the Joker, but in a completely different way. The Joker arrives in Metropolis and goes on a killing spree, murdering everyone at the Daily Planet, including Lois Lane. Superman, heartbroken and enraged, sets out to capture the Clown Prince of Crime. Before he can act, however, the Joker is killed in cold blood by a new hero named Magog, who represents a growing breed of more ruthless, violent heroes willing to take lives for the sake of justice. Magog's execution of the Joker on live television shifts the public perception of heroes. Instead of condemning Magog's actions, the people praise him for doing what they feel Superman could never bring himself to do. 8. Batman Beyond. One of the most shocking and violent deaths of the Joker occurs in Batman Beyond, Return of the Joker, a film that, despite being part of the more family-friendly Batman Beyond animated series, delves into surprisingly dark territory. The story reveals that Joker had died years earlier, not at the hands of Batman, but rather at the hands of Robin, specifically Tim Drake, who had been tortured and brainwashed by the Clown Prince of Crime. Joker kidnaps Robin and subjects him to weeks of psychological and physical torment, ultimately turning him into a miniature, twisted version of himself. The intent was to create the perfect heir, a son for Joker and Harley Quinn. This traumatic experience leaves Robin mentally scarred, and the fate of Tim Drake becomes one of the most horrifying moments in Batman's legacy. The way Joker meets his end, however, depends on which version of the film you're watching. In the original PG-13 cut, Joker's death is more accidental. He slips and is electrocuted during a chaotic confrontation. However, in the much darker R-rated cut, Robin, broken and pushed to the edge, shoots Joker with his own lethal pop gun, killing him in a moment of heartbreaking retaliation for the trauma inflicted upon him. 9. The Killing Joke. One of the most iconic and controversial Batman stories ever written, offering a deep psychological exploration of both Batman and the Joker. Written by Alan Moore, it revolves around the Joker's attempt to prove his philosophy that anyone can be driven to insanity by one bad day, the same way he supposedly was. In his effort to make this point, Joker shoots and paralyzes Barbara Gordon, Batgirl, and subjects her to psychological and physical abuse. He then kidnaps her father, Commissioner Gordon, attempting to break his spirit by showing him what happened to his daughter. Despite this brutal assault, Gordon maintains his sanity and moral compass, resisting Joker's theory. Batman ultimately rescues Gordon, and the story culminates in a strange and ambiguous moment between Batman and Joker. As they share a rare, almost surreal laugh together at the end of the book, the laughter suddenly stops. This abrupt silence has led to many interpretations. Some readers believe Batman may have finally crossed the line and killed the Joker, symbolically ending their endless cycle of violence. 10. Killed by Nightwing. In Last Laugh, a prison doctor, hoping to reform the Joker, takes a drastic approach by fabricating medical reports and faking CAT scans. He deceives the Joker into believing he has a terminal brain tumor with only a few months left to live. But instead of inspiring change, the news sends Joker spiraling into chaos. He launches a murderous rampage of epic proportions, using Joker venom to poison and manipulate some of Gotham's most dangerous villains. The storyline escalates into a major crisis event, pushing Batman's closest allies to their limits, especially Nightwing. In a particularly brutal confrontation, Nightwing, while searching for Robin, stumbles upon what he believes are Robin's remains along with Killer Croc. Consumed by rage and grief, Nightwing savagely beats Joker, ultimately killing him in the process. However, the situation takes a turn when it's revealed that Robin is still alive. Batman arrives just in time to perform CPR, reviving the Joker. Despite saving Joker's life, the experience leaves Nightwing deeply shaken. He is left to wrestle with the guilt of having crossed a line he never thought he would, coming dangerously close to becoming a killer himself. 11. Jack Nicholson. Tim Burton's 1989 Batman film played a pivotal role in shaping the modern perception of both Batman and the Joker, establishing a darker, more intense interpretation of the characters that has remained a standard for fans ever since. The film introduced a version of Gotham steeped in noir-like atmosphere, violence, and gothic themes, bringing a gritty edge to the superhero genre. One of the most significant departures from the comics was the reimagining of Batman and Joker's origins, tightly intertwining their fates. In this version, a young Joker, before his transformation, is revealed to be the one responsible for the murder of Bruce Wayne's parents, giving Batman a deeply personal motive in his battle against the Clown Prince of Crime. This connection added layers of tragedy and irony to their rivalry. However, the film's most shocking moment came in its climactic finale, where Batman indirectly causes Joker's death, something unheard of in Batman lore at the time. While it could be argued that Joker's demise was accidental, the scene shows Batman grappling with the Joker on a high clock tower, leading to Joker falling to his death when a rope tied to his leg snaps. The iconic shot of Joker's lifeless body on the ground, with a laughing toy going off from his pocket, became one of the most memorable and haunting images in superhero cinema. 12. Joker blows everything. In Under the Hood, Jason Todd's resurrection as the Red Hood brought a burning question to the forefront of his vendetta against Batman. Why was the Joker still breathing after what he did to him? After being brutally killed by Joker, Jason couldn't fathom why Batman had never sought true justice. This all culminates in the story All They Do Is Watch Us Kill, where Jason finally gets his chance for revenge. Capturing the Joker, he confronts Batman, giving him an impossible choice: kill either him or Joker. It's a dark ultimatum meant to test Batman's moral code and willingness to break his no-kill rule. Batman, refusing to play by Jason's rules, counters by throwing a batarang into Jason's neck to neutralize him. In the chaos, Joker seizes the moment and detonates the building they're in. Normally, this would have been the end for all involved, but the event coincides with Infinite Crisis, a moment when time itself is being rewritten. Thanks to the multiversal shift, Everyone survives the explosion, but the moral scars and fractured relationships remain as intense as ever. 13 Legends of the Dark Knight was known for its anthology style, with rotating creative teams exploring unique and often fringe Batman stories. In one of its notable arcs, The Demon Laughs, Ra's al Ghul and Talia al Ghul break the Joker out of Arkham Asylum, believing that the Clown Prince of Crime is the perfect, unpredictable element for Ra's latest world destruction plot. However, as is often the case with Joker, he proves to be too chaotic even for Ra's. Joker betrays him, prompting Talia to shoot him, leaving Joker at the brink of death. When Batman arrives on the scene, he is forced into an unlikely scenario where he must save the Joker by dipping him into the Lazarus Pit, a well-known source of revival and madness in the Batman mythos. Curiously, upon his resurrection, the Joker emerges seemingly sane and remorseful for all his past crimes. In this brief moment of clarity, he even aids Batman in finding Ra's. However, the Joker's sanity is fleeting, and by the story's conclusion, he tragically reverts to his familiar deranged state, ensuring that the cycle of chaos continues. The arc explores fascinating moral dilemmas and deepens the complexity of both Batman and the Joker's characters. 14. The Final Fight. Endgame was marketed as the ultimate showdown between Batman and the Joker, a final battle between the two archenemies. After a mysterious absence, Joker returns to Gotham fully healed from his countless injuries, appearing more dangerous than ever. He unleashes a new and even more potent strain of Joker toxin, throwing the city into chaos. As Batman races to stop him, he learns the secret to Joker's miraculous recovery, a mysterious substance called Dionysium, which grants regenerative abilities. Batman manages to obtain some of it and uses it to cure Gotham from the Joker's latest toxin. But the final confrontation with the Clown Prince of Crime takes place deep beneath Gotham in a collapsing cave system. In their brutal fight, Batman and Joker come to a grim standstill. As the cave begins to collapse around them, Batman refuses to let his allies rescue him, choosing instead to die alongside the Joker. In a seemingly tragic end, both are buried beneath the rubble. However, the Dionysium works its mysterious magic, saving both men from death. While they survive, they're not left unscathed. Both Batman and Joker suffer from amnesia, leaving them out of action and unsure of their former lives for a significant period. This loss of memory marks a brief respite in their endless cycle of violence, though it was never meant to last. 15 Arkham Trilogy. In Batman Arkham Asylum, fans were surprised and somewhat let down by the final showdown between Batman and a monstrous, Titan-infused Joker. Throughout the game, Joker had been orchestrating a takeover of Arkham Asylum, using a new substance called Titan, a combination of Bane's venom and toxins from Poison Ivy's plants, to create hulking monsters from Arkham's inmates. In the climactic battle, Joker injects himself with Titan, transforming into a massive, grotesque version of himself in a desperate bid to defeat Batman. Despite his immense strength and size, Batman manages to bring him down. However, the long-term consequences of Joker's reckless use of Titan are severe. The compound, combined with Joker's unique physiology, creates a lethal reaction, and he begins to die slowly. In the following game, Batman Arkham City, this deterioration becomes a central plot point. Joker, now gravely ill, infects Batman with his own poisoned blood, forcing the Dark Knight to search for a cure that will save them both. Despite Batman's best efforts to find an antidote, he ultimately fails to save Joker. 16. The Dark Knight Returns. Before Batman 89, Frank Miller's The Dark Knight Returns radically transformed the way Batman was perceived. After the campy portrayal in Batman 66, which leaned heavily into humor and colorful storytelling, Miller's 1986 graphic novel brought a gritty, dark, and violent edge back to The Dark Knight, cementing Batman as a serious and morally complex character. In The Dark Knight Returns, the Joker is portrayed as dormant and catatonic in Arkham Asylum, seemingly having lost his purpose without Batman's presence. However, when he learns of Batman's return, Joker instantly snaps back to life, feigning reformation to gain his release. Once free, he embarks on a new killing spree, showcasing just how intertwined his psychosis is with Batman's existence. The final confrontation between Batman and Joker in this story is one of their most brutal. Batman tracks down Joker, and the two engage in a bloody, violent fight that leaves both men on the edge of their limits. Joker, ever the sadist, manages to deal a grievous wound to Batman but reserves his final trick for the end. Refusing to let Batman be the one to end his life, Joker snaps his own neck, dying with a smile on his face and framing Batman for his death in the process. This climactic moment emphasized Joker's obsession with Batman, making it clear that his life and death revolved entirely around their twisted relationship. It also highlighted the morally ambiguous world Miller was creating, where even Batman's greatest victories come at a heavy cost. The Dark Knight Returns helped redefine not just Batman, but also his relationship with the Joker, setting the tone for decades of storytelling. And that's the video, folks. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to watch more videos that will appear on the screen right now. See you later.